And we begin tonight with an NBC 10 exclusive. For the first time, we're hearing from family members of Sandra Birchmore, a pregnant woman who was allegedly murdered by a former Stoughton police officer in 2021. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Colton Bradford, in for Glenn and Priscilla. Now, Birchmore's death was initially ruled as a suicide. That is until yesterday. Our Kirsten Glavin joins us live in the newsroom with how her family is reacting to these major developments. Kirsten?
Yeah, Colton, there's definitely a sense of relief amongst family members seeing former police officer Matthew Farwell being held responsible for this. But tonight they're also sharing new details about the relationship between Sandra Birchmore and Farwell. They tell me when all of this happened, it wasn't the first time Birchmore had been pregnant.
She spent a lot of time over here, many summers. Used to have the pool in the backyard.
Family members cling to happier memories.
She was hilarious, and she was smart as a whip, too. Oh, my God, she was smart as a whip.
But it's been an emotional roller coaster for those who grew up loving and caring for Sandra Birchmore. For Colin Nee, finding out Wednesday that his second cousin was allegedly murdered by former Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell came as no surprise.
One of the first things that crossed my mind, it wasn't suicide.
Nee says family knew about Farwell, who Birchmore met through a Police Explorer program. Federal investigators claim Farwell groomed Birchmore and started having sex with her when she was just 15 years old.
A couple years goes by. It slips out that she may or may not be having a relationship with one of the instructors. Family members are a little upset about it.
Colin Nee's wife, Kelly, says Birchmore told her that Farwell was the father of her unborn child.
We just all knew he was the father. She's talked about him for years.
And she claims it wasn't the first time Birchmore was pregnant with his baby.
She had told me she had a miscarriage, and the father was a police officer.
Kelly Nee says Birchmore was first pregnant back in 2019, but lost the child. The second time in 2021, leading up to her death, she was elated.
She was sad that she had the miscarriage, you know. So when she finally got pregnant and everything was going well, right before she passed away, she was just so ecstatic that she was finally going to be a mother.
With Farwell in custody, the family now left feeling vindicated for the first time.
Just so happy that the truth has finally come to light and that the FBI stepped in and did what they needed to do, and everyone involved is going to get their due justice.
Now, the family also tells me they do intend to be at Farwell's next court hearing in September. Live in the newsroom, I'm Kirsten Glavin, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, Kirsten, thank you. Meanwhile, the district attorney's office has been facing backlash from the community for the amount of time that it took to indict Farwell since Birchmore's death. We tapped NBC 10 Boston legal analyst Michael Coyne to weigh in.
Even though the medical examiner would have did originally determine it was a suicide, that can be changed and amended as other evidence is uncovered. And had they uncovered other evidence, had they had some reason to look for other untoward acts, and there was a fair amount of speculation with respect to this case for the last couple years, I think it's not unfair to criticize the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office and those involved in homicide investigations there with not doing as thorough job in this case as they should have.
Now, our team here at NBC Boston, we also reached out to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. A spokesperson says in a substantial months-long investigation, they reviewed thousands of text documents and spoke to Birchmore's family and others with concerns. The DA's office assures they would have acted if any of that would have indicated the manner of death. Of course, make sure to stay with us here at NBC Boston for continuing coverage in the Sandra Birchmore investigation. We're also going to have the very latest on our website and, of course, on our free news app.